Yeah, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending from wherever you might be joining me from. It's such a great delight to be on board again, once again. Our passion is equipping our adolescent parents on how to navigate this period of helping their children to be of well behavior and to be able to go through the hassles of life in a very constructive way. So we are going to be starting this series, and we are all interested in learning more and more, because in this time of age we need to learn, we need to relearn, and we need to unlearn. There are so many things that we have learned in time past that we are using though, but they are really not working. And there's a saying that says doing the same thing the same way and expecting the same results or another result is madness. So when we want change sometimes, then we need to change our approach. If you have been doing something the same way and you still persist doing it that same way, I think it's high time you think of how else better you can look into changing this approach. So we hope this series is going to be a very interesting one, and we all know that the children of today are really going through a lot of challenges, because firstly, adolescence is a period where a child is going from childhood into adulthood. So it's almost every time a conflicting time for those children. So that's why parents that are not conversant of what is happening to them will keep being at tug war with them. But tonight, through our teaching, I'm sure we are going to be learning new things to be able to help our children. So I want you to relax. You can pick a pen to take out your notes, anything that strikes your mind, because there's a saying that says the shortest pen or pencil sometimes it speaks better than logging our brain with lots of information. So if you write something somewhere, if that book is still very intact, 5 years to come, you can see it, read it, and remember it exactly. But if you store it in the memory of your brain, you may not be able to get the exact information. So that's why journaling and writing is very important. So we are looking at how to help our children build their self-esteem, resilience, and self-confidence. But we want to start with self-esteem, because self-esteem and confidence are closely linked, but are not exactly the same thing. So tonight we are going to be learning how these two differs. So what is self-esteem? Self-esteem refers to the overall subjective evaluation of one's own worth and value. It also encompasses feelings of self-worth, self-acceptance, and self-respect. What do I mean by self-acceptance? Self-acceptance is when one individual gets to a point of accepting themselves. Do you know that even adults of today, some of them tend not to accept themselves. They struggle to believe their person. They struggle to actually come to terms that this is who I am. So even it gets to a place, you can see some lady, someone will tell them you are beautiful. They'll say, no, me, I'm not beautiful. And they will be eyeing or looking at someone else, not knowing that they themselves are fearfully and wonderfully made and created out of God's image. So someone that struggles with self-acceptance, there is no amount of compliments you will give to that individual that person will be able to receive it. So as a matter of fact, we need to help our children to have self-acceptance, and it's also close to especially helping our children to accept their body image. Especially in this period, most of these children are being bullied by their peers, by their friends, by their colleagues, even in their neighborhood or in their place of work, for those that are working. Because it comes to a place where some of them are slim and they go to school, and people are using that attribute, you know, to bring them down. Oh, you are too slim. Some might be fat, and their colleagues or their friends will tell, oh, you are too fat. And it becomes so troublesome for them, because words are very powerful. Even when the person lifts you, it keeps ringing back in your memory. And that's why you see sometimes the fat ones, they will begin to starve themselves. They will not want to eat because they believe that people say they are.